Recently I attended Expo Cleveland. That's the second convention I've ever been to. The only one I've been to prior to this is Katsucon, which takes place in Maryland. Expo Cleveland, as you can imagine, takes place in Cleveland, Ohio, which is a little bit of a drive from here. My coworkers actually invited me on this trip. I hadn't planned on going to any other conventions this year. We're going to spend the night at Anna's house and then drive up at 5 in the morning. That did not work. We left her house, I think, at 8, and then we got there at 6 o'clock in the evening, maybe 5, somewhere around there. Checked into our hotel, which was value only. It was actually a pretty nice hotel. Apparently it's the one that people stay in when they're going to the hospital there. It was super windy and rainy when we arrived, which was not very fun. But we took an Uber over to the, I think it's the Huntington Convention Center. So unlike Katsucon, it doesn't take place in a hotel. It's a physical building that's just the convention center. So we went over, and first thing we did was pick up our badges. We had bought the weekend pass. So this is what it looks like. They also have options for, is this gonna focus? They also have options for just day passes. Unlike Katsucon, you either have to buy the weekend or you have to like go the day of, and then you can also go the following day. That's what the back of the badge looks like. Also, unlike Katsucon, you have to register your badge online, and then you tap in and tap out of the con. So at Katsucon, you just show them your badge, walk in, walk out. This one you actually like scan in, and then when you leave, scan out. You can also buy a replacement if you lose yours. I don't believe Katsucon allows you to do that, which I think is kind of scummy, but once you walk in and get your badge, it's this big wide open room, which is the artist alley and then like cosplay kind of area. So you can walk around, look at everything. In the very back is the photograph area. So this con seems to be focused more on like celebrity encounters than like cosplay, which I think Katsucon does a better job at. I was really disappointed that people didn't dress up as much. On Saturday there were people dressed up, but Friday and Sunday wasn't really anyone. But there were all kinds of people there. There were the 4 hobbits. There's the guy from Harry Potter who plays Neville Longbottom, and I was really excited to meet him. I don't even remember how. Jodie Benson was there. Most of the other people I either vaguely knew or wasn't like super interested in meeting. Honestly, I can't think of a celebrity that I want to pay like $80 to meet or take a picture or autograph. Maybe Keith David, but... So then once you leave the big like wide open, there's also a little bit of food in there. Didn't really have any vegan options. They had fries, the same fryer as like the chicken nuggets and everything. It was also kind of expensive. But then once you leave that big wide open area and go in like the back, that's where the cosplay HQ is, and then a couple panels. There was also an escape room and like a bingo area. So the convention is really not that big, especially compared to Katsucon. Everything was kind of the same place. However, they do have an app, and Taylor was trying to find this circus thing that was going on. We had to ask 4 different employees where exactly this was taking place, and it was just like in the center area of the other room. Also back there they had like this big Ghostbusters marshmallow and backdrop set up, and some costumes that were on display, which was pretty cool. We did do the escape room. It was kind of lame. It was like $15 each. There were 4 different rooms, and each one had like a thing that you couldn't do. So one was like you couldn't see, you couldn't talk, you couldn't get up. I don't remember what the last one was, but we did the one where you couldn't get up. So there were like tarot cards spread around the room, and they each had like a word on them, and we had to match the words with the cards we were looking for and then like read out a spell. I think I took a picture of the time that we did, or about, could have just been like, yeah, we'll remember it, but we were one of the top scores that day, which I don't feel was super impressive, but go us. Most of what we did was shopping. One thing that's also different is that the programming would start, I want to say about 10 a.m. and then it would finish about 7 p.m. Katsucon would go well into the night, like 2, 3 in the morning, possibly later. I'm not sure if that's something that the convention center put in place or if it's something the convention itself decided, but the programming that they did have didn't look very interesting to me. I think some of the actors had panels Like I said, I wasn't super interested in them. Katsucon had stuff like music discussions, fashion discussions, stuff like that. I didn't see anything like that there. So mostly what we did was shopping, and then we did dress up one day. We were the glam rock animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's. I was Monty, Anna was Chica, Taylor was Freddy, and Ariana was Roxy. They had only decided 3 weeks before going to the convention that we were gonna go, so I think we actually did really well in our costumes, and we had several people come up and ask for our pictures. I do regret that we did not get a single picture of the 4 of us alone together, but we do have some group shots with random people. On to the stuff that I bought. I didn't actually buy that much, I don't think. I love pins, so I bought a couple pins. I have this one little cat. It looks kind of like jalapeno. I got this watermelon frog. These are from Heart L Design. And a bunch of little cute stuff, including these stickers. And then I bought this sticker book from Edo Arts. I somehow ended up with a ton of stickers, including this one that you get when you purchase. And I don't want to stick them anywhere because once you put them down, they're stuck, you can't do anything with them, and it sucks. Hence the sticker book. But the pages are supposed to have like a special coating on them. They're kind of waxy. Oh no, my battery died. All right, both of my batteries are dead, so we just took a little break to charge, and now we're back. Of course, for you, it was no time at all. So I do not know the name of this artist. We were walking by our booth on Sunday, and we were in our costumes, and we were like, oh, it's us. And she was like, oh, here you go. And she just gave us 4 of these. And there's no like artist marker on here that I can tell. So if anyone knows who did this art, I would like to thank her because it was so nice of her to give us, give us these pictures. I also have this ink art. Suki always gets left out of the official art. That's why I bought it. This is from this creator, Marissa Merchant. We did that little scavenger hunt thing. It was kind of confusing because the map was like this big and then some of the booths moved. But once you went to all of them, you could go back to one of them and get some kind of little trinket like a sticker or a button, or sometimes they'd give like a little bit of a discount. I went back to Marissa Merchant and she had a grab bag with pins in it. And you can't tell that is Howl's Moving Castle. When I did it, she said, pull one out without looking, and that's the one you get. That's the one the universe has decreed is yours. And I was like, all right, cool. But then I was looking at it and I was like, what is this? And it took me a second to realize it was Howl's Moving Castle. And she was like, oh, do you not like it? Like, we can switch it. And I was like, no, it's good, it's good. We said we'd let fate decide. We're letting fate decide. Taylor and Ari left early because Ari wasn't feeling well. So next day, when Taylor went back, she also went to Marissa Merchant, except she, who I'm assuming is Marissa, pulled out a badge. I think it had one of the Pokemon characters on it. And Taylor was like, oh, can I just have that? And she was like, yeah, so did not leave fate up to decide on that one. And then at Sticks and Spells, I got this Live, Laugh, Lurk bumper sticker. I have a bunch of window decals that I have not put on. Add that to the list. Oh, and I forgot, but for the scavenger hunt, once you completed it, you also got this ribbon. So I think this is the only one that I got. It doesn't really fit on the bottom of this badge, so you probably have to do it on the side. But now that I know these exist, I like collected them. And the scavenger hunt was fun. What we just ended up doing was like walking back and forth down the booths, and when we saw one of the names, we'd be like, ah, we need to go there. For this last one, I don't have any kind of business card or name. I didn't see any at the booth, but he was selling these prints of sheet music from like movies and TV shows. This one is Jurassic Park, obviously. This Gargoyles one. So that's really cool. I need to put these up in frames. I actually have a bunch of stuff from previous Katsucons that I've been to that I have not hung up on the wall. I need to do that. Maybe even switch out a couple of these because I know some of the ones that I have aren't ones that I'm really in love with anymore. But that's everything that I bought here. I think I brought like $150, so this was like fairly cheap stuff. And I think it really helps when you have a budget to not go over it. Because some people are like, oh, you know, when I have a credit card, I just, you know, keep spending. But with me, cash is fake. There's no numbers. I'm just like, I have this amount and then I can spend it and it doesn't come out of my bank account. Like, cash is fake money to me. But it's also a good way to not overspend because if you have $150, that's it. So if you're local to Cleveland, I would definitely check it out because it was a cool expo. If you're further away, I would maybe not choose this as your first one unless there's like a celebrity or someone you really want to go see. Personally, I'm still gonna recommend Katsucon just because it's the one that I'm most familiar with. But there are cons all over the US, probably even all over the world, that I'm not familiar with. Definitely check it out. So thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.